stream, and it's a hot afternoon, isn't it? English temperatures soaring well above 25, 26 degrees. Even now I'm feeling sweaty, and I'm in this room. But I've got to get used to this, because next week it's going to be well in the 30s when I jet over to Spain to go to Benidorm to do the 2 zoos over there. And that's the reason for this live stream. So I've got the little case in the room. Just turn the camera, it's just there. So I'll just pan it down a little bit a minute. So there's the little case, which I'm going to be taking to Benidorm next week. So it is packed, but I'm just going to go through it just to make sure I've got everything I need, especially sun cream. That's a massive priority, especially in this weather. Even in England you need it, but abroad more so, because I know that next week it's going to be at least 32 plus over in Benidorm. Parts of Spain it's even hotter, it's over 40, but that's if you're inland. You're on the coast, it's generally cooler because you get the sea breeze, plus you get like the mountains are kind of sheltering as well, because there's mountains around the back of Benidorm. But it's still pretty hot, so I've got to be well prepared. So I'm going to go through a few updates and obviously make sure I've got the relevant sun cream in there, and if I need to put any more in, I will put it in. So we'll go through the little case, and I'm just going to make sure, and I'll weigh it as well, because I've got the scales in the drawer over here, so I will make sure that that's done as well as priority. In fact, first of all, I'll get the scales out. So we've got the scales here. So welcome to the live stream if you're joining, and it's 12:05 in the afternoon. So let's go through this case and just make sure that everything's in there that should be. The hand luggage bag is out there, which I haven't taken upstairs yet because I've got to put documents in, which I need to print off, which I haven't done. But I use digital really a lot now. So my boarding passes are on the phone, transfer vouchers on the phone, and everything else is on there. Plus I've got an email with the insurance policy on, but I will print all those off. It's always a good idea to have a hard copy of documents, just in case things go wrong with the phone, either battery or some other reason your phone plays up. At least you've got a hard copy if anything goes wrong. But we'll go through the case. Right. So, of course, all the clothes are packed into the one bag, like this. So I've put them all in one bag. So I've got underwear and socks in there, shirts and shorts, no trousers, because it is going to be absolutely baking. Okay, a bit like today, but even hotter over there. So we'll just check everything. I always like to be sure of what's in my bag. So, and I'm taking light t-shirts, not thick ones, a light one like this. And I've got my Jet 2 one, which is outside drying from being washed. So please subscribe to the channel at CoreSmith25. And I'm just going to go through this bag now. So welcome everyone that's joined at CoreSmith25 to subscribe to the channel. Exciting series next week, lots of footage, lots of videos, lots of photographs. So please join the live stream, and I'm going to set it specifically for the times of when these shows are going to start at Mundamar particularly, which will be on the Wednesday. I'll go through that in a bit because I want to go through the case first and just make sure I've got everything in there that needs to be. Thank you for the hearts and the smiley faces on there as well, at CoreSmith25 to subscribe. Plenty more series coming up as well in the coming weeks. So again, I'll go through that in a little while, but for now, we're going to go through this case. So pyjamas. So I've got pyjama shirt and pyjama shorts. Definitely need those. Okay. Light t-shirt. Okay, with some palm trees on, and then another light t-shirt there, because I've got a couple of thick t-shirts, but I'll just sweat, so these are better. Loose clothing, especially when you're going to be in real soaring temperatures. So I've got those, and also a pair of shorts. In fact, I've got 3 pairs of shorts in here. I've got some jean shorts, I've got some grey ones, and I've also got some pinkish ones, fine, but they are very comfortable and they're very lightweight and they're also very thin, so it helps when you've got the heat on you, because when you're sweating it's not very pleasant and you just need to be in plenty of shade. So I've got those. I'm taking no trousers, no sweatshirts. It is going to be far too hot to even think about that. Even on an evening, the temperatures are still going to be well over 26 degrees. So it's not going to be worth wearing trousers. I will not be wearing trousers at all during the holiday. Apart from travelling over there from here, I'll be wearing my jeans. But again, I could be very tempted to put shorts on, but then I think, no, I'll wait till I get to the hotel, because I'll then change into the cooler clothes, ready to go to the zoo, which we'll get onto in a little while. So I've got those. So they're all the shorts. And then I've got socks, which are basically trainer socks. Got those. And of course, a couple of pairs of underwear as well. Okay, so they will go in that bag. And they're all staying in this one bag. It's a lot easier to pack everything in one bag, rather than have loads of bags for clothes. And they fit perfectly in here as well. There's adequate size, so you can get quite a lot in it. So I'm going to put those back in. I've just dropped a pair of socks, I'm gone. Put that back in there. So put those in there, along with the shirts and the pyjamas. Very compact, and they zip up very easily. So they're all in that bag, as you can see. So this bag is technically for shirts, but everything's in there that needs to be. I've got other bags as well with clothes, but they're in the case because that'll be ready for the cruise, which is coming up in literally 10 weeks' time. That's a massive series. Again, stay tuned. So we've got that. And of course, my famous apple juices are going with me as well, so that I've got a drink in an evening and in a morning when I wake up. So there's a pack of 6. They're from Aldi. So they're going with me in there. And the good thing is there's a fridge in the room, so I can put them in to chill. And I'm also going to be taking bottles of water. So I usually get 1 bottle from the airport, but I've decided I'm going to get 2. Because they are little small bottles, about 90p. They are from Boots at East Midlands Airport. But I'm going to get 2 bottles of water, because I think I'm going to need it. Okay, I'm going to need it, because the chances are I'll have a drink of water before I leave the room, and I'll just think, well, you know what, I better top it, because I could always put the other one in the fridge, you see, for the next day. But either way, I'll have 2 bottles of water. I might get a biggish bottle and a small one, so that, because I'm going around the zoos, I'm going to need probably the bigger bottle of water more so than the small one, because I'm going to need to drink plenty of liquids. I do like me beer, I do like sangria, I do like drinks of tea, but I think when you're out there in the heat, walking around zoos and animals, you need plenty of cold drinks, and I think water's the best one. So I'm going to get a biggish bottle and a small one, and take those with me in the hand luggage, so that I've got it for the zoo, and then put them in the fridge in the evening to chill overnight for the next day. Because I've got 2 full days once I've got there. I've got Wednesday and Thursday there, and Wednesday's Mundamar, Tuesday afternoon next week will be Terra Natura, Thursday will just be the old town Benidorm, going to Sherry's Bar, up onto the balcony, going to the Dove Park, just chilling round up there. So it's mainly Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday that I need the big bottle of water for the zoos. Okay, so that's the apple juices there for the evening and the morning, so they will go in the fridge in the room. So the next little bag is of course the trusty electrical one. Hello to you, Terry, nice to see you on the channel. So of course, good thing to take is a travel adapter, which I've discussed before. So that's the Boots one with the 2 pins, and of course I've got this, which saves a lot of weight. Your plugs, so there's 2 sockets there, and the USB as well for plugging your phone in, and you can just plug that into the back of there, like that, into the back of the socket, and then those 2 pins go in the wall of the abroad socket. Okay, but it makes it a lot less weight to carry. I've got a 4 socket plug, but it just takes up too much room. It doesn't matter if it's you. Nice to see you on here. I don't mind the support. Hello to you, Terry. So that's the electrical bag sorted. The next one now is the toiletries one, because I need to make sure I've got adequate sun cream for next week. Right, so toiletry bag. All the basic stuff's in here. Talcum powder, shaving foam, underarm deodorant, shower gel. Even though a lot of hotels do have it, because in the showers they have like the pump ones or a spray bottle, but I like to take my own just in case it doesn't work or I can't use it or whatever reason. Some hotels also have little sachets of shampoo, but I'd rather have my own. But I can use theirs if I need to. So in here, just need to make sure I've got adequate sun cream. So, I've got my shaving foam, I've got talc, I've got shower gel, comb, toothbrush, mosquito repellent. Very good idea to have that at the moment if you're going to Mallorca as well, or any parts of the Spanish islands. They have this issue over there at the moment with mosquitoes. I've got this for Spain, for Benidorm as well. I'm not saying I'll have that issue in Benidorm, but but particularly around the zoos, there may be insects and gnats flying about. I need to make sure I'm covered. So this will be going with me as well. Okay. So I've got that. And then most importantly, well, the lid's come off, but that's alright, I can put that back on. Because I got this from work, Expel. You can get this from Savers and Superdrug, but I got this from work. So they sell this in the Tesco, they sell it in B&M, they sell it in Home Bargains. A lot of shops sell this stuff. Mosquito and insect repellent. Lasts up to 4 hours, it says. So I'll make sure I take this and spray it when I go out as well. Right, so this is the most important bit now. So I have 2 bottles of sun cream. There's Nivea sun cream, which is a factor 15. And then there's the Tesco pump one, which is a factor 30. This one's almost running out, but there is enough in there at the moment. But this is a full bottle. So I'll be using this one. It's a 15. That's a 30. I'll probably need the 30 more so. But I can wear this one. I can put this one, pardon me, because it says 5 in 1. So it's UVA protection, UVB protection, water resist, 48-hour skin moisture as well. So I will make sure that this bottle goes with me, definitely. I'm taking both. So when this one runs out, I'll just chuck it. I may get another one from work over the weekend of this one, just in case. Because the more bottles I've got, the better. I mean, I could get another factor 30 or even one similar to this. But I'm taking both bottles with me. And of course, as well, 2 bottles of spray after sun. So that's the new one, this is the old one. I'm going to make sure this is used first and then this is the next one. So plenty of after sun. So I have got sun protection with me. Very important when you are going into hot temperatures. Hello to you SHR channel, please subscribe at Carlsmith25. So just going through the case for next week for going to Benidorm. Everything's in there that needs to be. So that's a good thing. I'm well organised, to be honest, well organised. And of course as well in here, underarm spray, deodorant and body spray. Well, no, it's not body spray. And also aftershave balm as well. So they're in there. Got some toothpaste. Everything's in there that needs to be. So we'll just put all these bottles and things back in. That's probably the heaviest out of all the bags, but it will go in here very compact. That goes in there. Apple juice cartons go in there. Because I can't pack those in my hand luggage because it's liquids. Even though you don't have to take liquids out of your bag, these will get confiscated because there's 6 cartons of 200 mils, so it exceeds the 100 mil that you're allowed. So these will go in that bag, which will be checked into the plane. Small bottles of like sanitizer that are 100 mils you can take through security. Some airports still require you to put them in a see-through bag, but most airports now, in fact quite a few of them, there's at least 4 at the moment I know of, that you don't have to take liquids out your bag or electricals, you leave them in. So I'll go through the 4 airports because I know which ones they are. So East Midlands have got new body scanners installed and fully operational. Manchester has, Birmingham has, and Glasgow has. Okay, they're the 4 airports that have got these new body scanners in, and I believe one of the London ones has now. So from when the map master went through on his trip, one of his recent trips, he said about it. So I think one of the London airports has got one. I think it's Heathrow. He said they've got the new body scanners in. Well, they will do because it's London, so they should do. So Heathrow definitely has. But if you're going on a Jet2 holiday, which Heathrow don't have Jet2 planes there, then those 4 I've just mentioned, East Midlands, Birmingham, Manchester and Glasgow, those 4 have got the new scanners in where you don't take electricals out or your liquids, okay? So you are through a lot quicker. But abroad, a lot of their airports, you still have to put them in a see-through bag or screen your tablets and iPads separately. But in England at the moment, and those 4 airports mentioned, you just leave everything in your hand luggage bag. Go through the scanner, pick it up, you're on your way. So you're through pretty fast, 5-6 minutes you're through, depending on how big the queue is. You can still buy fast track tickets on all the airport websites, so just go on there and order the tickets. They're non-refundable. It's usually £5 per person, which includes children as well. So make sure you individually buy a ticket if you feel the need to. But a lot of the time when I've gone through airports, particularly East Midlands, I've been through in 5 or 6 minutes. It's so quick. It's brilliant. Even the check-in's very quick as well. And because I'm still going in term time, it should be a lot quieter. Once you get to next month in August, different story. But again, if you feel the need to order a fast track ticket, then order it. But I don't see the need to. But I have done in the past. But the last few times I've been through, I've had no issues at all with security or check-in. It's been fantastic. So that's the clothes bag again, which will go in the bag, and that'll be compact in there. So I can put that now on top. You might think, oh, there's no way that's going to fit in that bag. But if you push everything down, you generally can. I've still got to put a couple of plugs in the electrical bag, because I'm going to have to charge the power bank up, which has to go in your hand luggage, by the way. You can't take power banks and have that checked in through your checked baggage. It has to go in your hand luggage. But any plugs and wires you can take through in your hand luggage. But I like to put the plugs in there, and they will go in the electrical bag. So, and I'll just have the USB cable attached to charge my phone up. So that will go in there. So I don't want to break the zip. I shouldn't have any issues. But absolutely perfect fit. That does feel heavy, but once I weigh it, and you can lift the handle up as well, so it's like that, you see. So it's got quite a long handle. That will go to the plane, and my hand luggage bag, which is out there. Sorry, I'm just turning on the scales, which I will do. Yeah, so it's set to 0 on there. So I will plug this in and just weigh this bag just once more. Right, let's just do that. Right, so we're set to 0, so I'll now lift it up. $7.43. 7 kilos 43. That's what it says on there. I'm well off because you are allowed 20 and 10 kilos of hand luggage. So I'm not even 8 kilos on that bag. And that's what it says on the screen, 7.43. So this was bought from Aldi. Very worth the money. Digital suitcase scale, which Dad got from Aldi. So that's proved very handy for me. So 7.43 kilos for that bag that's going with me next week to Spain. So we'll now go through some updates regarding the channel, the future series, and also what's going to come up next week when I'm over there in Spain. So just a minute. Right. So I'll be heading over to Benidorm, as I've said, to primarily go and visit the 2 zoos over there. Now, I have been to them both before, but not for the channel, okay? I have been before in 2023. You can check out some of the videos on my Benidorm playlist on my channel, which I put on there, but they're not from when I did YouTube. It's just from when I went there and just videoed in general. So if you want a preview of what's going to be coming up next week, then take a look at that, okay? I'm not staying at the hotel that's on that playlist, which is the Sol Pelicanos, which was used in the Benidorm series on ITV. But I'm staying in a hotel very close to the old town. It's called the Prince Park, and it's situated right next to the park where the amphitheatres are. There's some amphitheatres in there, and one of them was used in the Benidorm series because Johnny Vegas went in on one of the episodes, and he was like talking to this statue that was in there, and the police watched him. So if you watch one of the episodes on Benidorm, it's on there. But the hotel is situated right next to that park, okay? So, and there's a main road at the top of the road which can take you to the Strip, which is the British side. But it's probably the main road where I'll get dropped off from the airport, because the road going down past the hotel is one way. There is a bus stop at the bottom of the hill where I got off last November to stay at the Plaza, which is literally just down the road. But also, if I go down that road to the bottom and turn right, it will take me straight into the old town. Or I can cut through into the gate and go down the park and come out the other end, which is literally at the bottom of the bridge where you get to the old town. So I'm literally a stone's throw from the old town, I'm a stone's throw from Tapas Alley, I'm a stone's throw from the balcony in the Dove Park and the Poniente side. So that's all in close proximity. And I chose that area because even though I did look at the hotel up the Poniente side, the Tor Dorada, the distance is massive, okay? It's a long walk to both parts of Benidorm, Old Town, but particularly Levante side. And obviously I'd have to pay a load of taxi fares to go to the zoos, whereas now I can generally just go in one taxi, which will be to Terra Natura, because it's situated outside Benidorm itself, whereas Mundemar is down the Levante side, near Rincon de Loix. Now on that subject, I have looked at the distance from the hotel to Mundemar for Wednesday, and it says on the Google Maps on the walking bit that it can take up to 55 minutes to an hour to walk it. So in that heat, I'm thinking, do I do it or do I get a taxi? So I could do it where I get a taxi one way and walk back. Okay, I could do that because I know it's going to be well and truly roasting hot. A bit like today here, but obviously abroad I tend to cope with it a lot more because it's a dry temperature, right? Here it's very muggy, so it's unbearable and uncomfortable. Abroad you can generally cope with it. I mean, the heat's still great and you have to protect yourself, hence why I've got all those sun creams in there. So what I may do is do a taxi to Mundemar, but then walk back, okay? So that's what I'm going to do, possibly. But for Terra Natura, I need a taxi both ways. There are buses that run up there, but I'm more happy to go in a cab because it'll be a lot quicker. And there's a taxi rank, I think, near the hotel anyway. So I can just pay €5 or €6 or €10, something like that, and get dropped off at the zoo. So Tuesday afternoon, the plan will be to go to Terra Natura. Once I've got to the hotel and had some lunch in the room, because I'll take some sandwiches. I'm going to get a couple of packs of sandwiches from work. I'm not going to pay the prices in the zoo for food. I'll take my bottles of water, which I'll get from the airport. I'll get a couple of packs of sandwiches. I've got some crisps and chocolate bar upstairs. And I will eat that in the room, providing they let me go to the room when I get there. So I can change and then go straight in the taxi down to Terra Natura. I'm going to have the afternoon down there. It shuts at 7, so I get a good 5-6 hours in there easy. Have a good look around the zoo, take some photos and video, and also some live streams. So please be on the channel for that at CarlSmith25 to subscribe. And then I'll go back to the hotel, have a shower, go for dinner at the hotel because I'm going half board. And then in the evening, I'll be down the Tapas Alley area and the old town, and I'll be doing some video footage down there, some live streams from the balcony, from the Dove Park, from near the marina. So I'll be going down there in the evening because it's fantastic. It'll still be warm. I'll get some cracking sunset shots as well, so please be on the stream for those. And I'll be videoing it as well on normal video. And then Wednesday, after breakfast, I'll be heading down to Mundemar, and I'll be videoing the 3 shows that are there, which are the parrot show, the sea lions, and the dolphins, okay? So the live streams will be set to the times of the shows, okay? So I won't just come on like I've done today. It will be set for a specific time, okay? So I know that there's 2 shows a day of each one. So the first one is 11:15, which is for the parrots, I think. Yes, it's 11:15. I'll just remember from the website. The next one is 12:15, which is for the sea lions. And then 1:30 is the dolphin show, okay? So if you think of those times, it's 1 hour back because it's in Spain. We're 1 hour ahead of England, right? So the first show technically will be 10:15 UK time, which is 11:15 in Spain. That's for the parrots. 11 is for the sea lions. That's 10, sorry, in England. Hang on, let me get this right. So 11 is the first show, sorry, for the parrots, right? So that's 10 English time. The next one's 12, which is the sea lions. That's 11. And then the next one for the dolphins is 1:30, which is 12:30 here. Okay, so they're the three shows. And then in the afternoon, they are 3:15, 4:15 and 5:15, okay, which will be 2:15, 3:15 and 4:15 UK time, okay. So I'll be doing the first shows. Anyway, I'll be videoing those and spending time in between the shows looking at the animals and doing some videos. But please be on the live streams. I will set them specifically for when the show starts. And then it'll be set up ready like it is now on the tripod, ready to video the shows, okay. So again, please join the channel at CarlSmith25. And then on Thursday, after I've done all that, I will be down in the old town Benidorm, just exploring down there. But after I've been to Mundamar Wednesday, I'll go down to the Levante side. I'll go down to Mateo's Bar. I'll go to Sol Pelicanos, Neptune's, Morgan's Tavern, have a walk around the Levante side, and then I'll be heading back to the old town. And then Thursday, as I said, I'll be down in the old town Benidorm. Okay, and go to Sherry's Bar, where the Map Master goes. Okay, so that's basically the itinerary, and then Friday fly back, and then I'll be back at work, okay? Because I've done a load of overtime this week, so today's my day off, thankfully. Back in tomorrow, and then I've got me 4 days, and then I go off to Spain, which will be Tuesday morning. So I'll be doing the video when I leave the house. I'll be editing the videos as well, and I'll put them on the channel, and then I'll put the individual ones on when I come back, okay? So that's basically the gist of what's coming up next week, okay? There are more series planned for July. Chester Zoo is definitely on the cards. I've had a look at the prices for that. It's over £36 to go to Chester Zoo, to get into Chester Zoo. But I'll go by train. I'm not going to drive. I'll go on the train like I did last time and capture all the footage and get the bus to the zoo and back again to the station and back on the train. So that will come up in July. I will also try and get over to the Who Zoo to go and do the capybara experience I should have done in March. They've offered it me free of charge because they weren't interacting. So I will go back to the Who Zoo, and that also does include your entry to the zoo as well. So I will go and do that. I may go over to Shrewsbury, go on the train over there, go to the prison over there again, and have a look around Shrewsbury town. It was a lovely afternoon out when I went last time. It did rain a bit, but it was a lovely general day out. So that will happen. And there'll be no more travel blogs till September, which will then be the cruise. So that will be a very big series. So there'll be some pre-cruise videos coming up during July and August as well, explaining things about cruises and also regarding the itinerary we're going to be doing. If there's anybody else out there that's doing the same itinerary, the Aegean Gems and Aegean Delights itinerary in September, they're the ones we're going to be doing. So I'll be doing some pre-cruise videos on that, what trips to book, etc., how to book your restaurants, etc. as well. I have done videos on that in the past, but I'll just do a refresher video just for those of you that need to know any information. And that also includes regarding passports as well. So again, check out my videos on those, on how to renew your passport and what best to do. So I've done lots of advice on that. But for now, that's just summed up the video really for today. So thank you so much for watching this live stream. At CarlSmith25 to subscribe. Benidorm's coming up very soon next week, so I'll do another couple of videos before I go, just to give you some final updates. But for now, the weather's looking great over there. It's really hot, so I've got ample protection for Benidorm. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching and good afternoon.